I enjoy following Mr. McDermott. I guess the new line here is that the majority is peddling a scandal narrative, that they're throwing something at the wall to see if it sticks. We had a gentleman from the National Organization of Marriage come here and testify how the IRS leaked their sensitive taxpayer information to their political opponents. We had a lady from a pro-life group in Iowa who told us how the IRS said, if you surrender your First Amendment rights to speak your views, then maybe we'll approve your application. That is not a phony scandal. That is a real scandal. No matter what our colleagues try to say to whisk this issue away, the government was intimidating people and targeting them based upon their political views. That's not phony. That's real. Now here, I want to actually ask you a question instead of giving a speech for 5 minutes and then asking you a question, with 10 seconds to go. Mr. Cohen, is an adult child, meaning somebody under the age of 26, who has a parent with affordable employer-sponsored insurance eligible to receive a tax credit in the exchange?
No.
Okay, so let's walk through a scenario here. Take a young woman, 25 years old, living in Milwaukee, and her mom and dad live in Chicago, and they have employer-sponsored health insurance. She goes to the exchange because her job in Milwaukee doesn't offer her health insurance.
Right.
And she gets the 3-page application for single people without employer coverage. The application says specifically, quote, single adults who aren't offered health coverage from their employer. There are no further questions about employer coverage. So she signs up. She gets a subsidy. It could be thousands of dollars of subsidy that she's not eligible for because her parents...
No, I may be wrong then. I may be incorrect in my...
my understanding of the law is that she is not eligible for a subsidy if her parents' insurance covers this. But since you delayed the employer mandate, your data hub has no way of reconciling that record, so she's going to get a subsidy she's not entitled to or eligible for. Take a husband and wife living in Madison. The husband has been the person with the insurance for the family, but he's losing it because the company's not doing it anymore. He got his hours knocked down to 30 or something like that. The wife works at a job, and her employer does offer credible insurance, but she didn't take it because she never has before, and it's just another year, and she's not doing it. He goes and signs up for the exchange. He gets the subsidy. He gets Obamacare, but they're not eligible for the subsidy. But you have no way of verifying that. So what are you going to do? Are you going to make this person pay it back, Mr. Werfel? Because if I'm not mistaken, the law requires you to do so. And if we're not going to reconcile this record until maybe 2016, as you just said, so is that going to be 2 years of subsidies going to people that they're not eligible for? They didn't get it fraudulently. They just got it through confusion. Then does the law not require you to put a huge tax on their tax bill at the end of the day when you finally reconcile this data? And so then they'll get thousands of dollars of taxes clawing back the subsidy that they were not eligible for. Is that not what you will have to do?
A couple of responses. First, the employer report that is going to be very helpful in validating the state of coverage. You're right, we're not going to get it in filing season 2015, but there are other ways that we can work with the employer community to get that information.
You're going to have that up and running when people start filling this out next year?
We are working very closely, and I think HHS and the exchanges and IRS were working together with the business community to figure out alternative solutions.
Okay,
it's a partnership with the business community.
So this fall, when the 25-year-old Milwaukeean signs up because she doesn't get health insurance at her job, but she's ineligible legally for the subsidy, when she actually applies for the subsidy because she doesn't know any better, because the application doesn't say any better,
if she's,
you're going to catch that?
If she's in the right income, if she's between 100 and 400% of the poverty level, it's my understanding.
Most 25-year-olds are.
It's my understanding that the exchange will reach out to employer and employers at that time. It won't be the official report that we'll be getting in filing season 2016.
Okay.
But again, it's not.
Let's say her parents live in Texas, and she's living in Milwaukee. This exchange is going to see all of this. It's going to figure all this out. You've delayed the employer mandate, and you're going to reconcile this record. You're going to make sure that she doesn't get a subsidy she's not entitled to?
I'm saying that we're working on solutions. IRS is working on solutions at the back end. The exchanges are working on solutions.
Let me get it this way. Yep. Let's say you don't catch it. Do you not have to hit her with a tax liability to claw back that subsidy that she didn't get? Let's say you don't catch it. and she gets the subsidy she's not supposed to get, you have to hit her with the tax to claw it back at the end of the day, correct?
If we find that there's a problem, that she got a credit that she shouldn't have gotten, if we do that, and we might be able to do that by working with the employer community,
I'm just saying,
we will, but there'll be a cap. Depending on her income level, and I can walk through that with you, there's protection for those individuals in those cases where we would cap the amount that we would claw back.
But you know, I would just say, I don't know why anyone who could get free insurance, free to them insurance through their parents' policy would choose instead to go on the marketplace and pay for insurance, even if they get a subsidy.
I guess we'll just have to hope, won't we?
No, it's not a question of hope. It's a question of logic.
All right. Mr. Neal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman,